Hello, friends. As you know, we write you a letter every year describing a bit of what God's doing in our midst and how He continues to shape the vision of Campus House and how you can be a part of that. And nearly every year, the first draft of that letter is written in the pre-dawn hours where God has my fullest attention to ask lovingly invasive questions like, do you trust me? And that is the question that begins our faith journey, but also the subsequent chapters of the story that He is writing. And it's not like we're starting over every time, but it is an invitation to step in faith toward what's next. In this fall, it has felt a bit like starting over. Last year, it was incredibly difficult to build a sense of community, and we saw an uptick in mental health issues, and a decline in outreach. The transient population, the isolation of the pandemic, and our year of geographic exile, it disrupted this long-established ministry ethos and culture. And yet, the last few years have been this breathtaking adventure of God's sheer grace and provision for the new house through the nearly 600 of you who gave $6.9 million. An extravagant, beyond imagination kind of commitment. Thank you for that. The providential timing of all of this is not lost on us. Coming into the school year, the pandemic's effects took the form of loneliness and depression, addiction and trauma. And still, the kingdom keeps on breaking through. And Jesus continues to meet students in His Word and through His people with compassion, hope, truth, and grace. It's as if all the provision we have received was for this particular moment. The building itself is finished, but the whole life transformation happening inside, it's just beginning. It is God's provision through you that positions us to live out this calling of making disciples at Purdue. Your year-end gifts are always significant for us, as well as your support for the coming year. The Lord has graciously set us up to remain debt-free, which means the amount we need for 2022 is just a small increase from last year, but it will help us reach and equip the Purdue community in the way of Jesus. So this is the invitation to begin again, building a culture of discipleship and worship, mission and family, strategically equipping and sending out the Purdue community in the ways of God's kingdom, and then trusting Him for every step of the way. This is good work. Thank you so much for your part in it.